Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if there's probable cause for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who's committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me this morning, I presume that you're innocent to these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings, unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. We'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this morning. You do have the right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there are 2 assistant state attorneys in the courtroom with me this morning. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. And I need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. Do all solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Jenny McDaniel. Want to miss what's your date of birth?
6/10/87.
Jenny, you're here on a probable cause arrest for a violation of probation. There is probable cause for the VOP. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Looks like your case has been set already for December 19th, so I'll have you go back then. Public defender will come see you before the 19th, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Jamie Shafchuk. Want to miss what's your date of birth?
11/5/83.
Jamie, you're here on a warrant out of Pasco County. Judge that signed the warrant found probable cause, looks like, for possession of controlled substance, and for whatever reason, set your bond at no bond. I can't change that. We're going to let the folks in Pasco know that you're here and ready to go. I will give them 5 days to come get you. It doesn't take 5 days with Pasco, but if for some strange reason you were still here in 5 days, they bring you back to see me and find out what the holdup is, all right?
Okay, so I'm just here on my warrant?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Melissa Shetty? Sorry. Who are you? Want to miss what's your date of birth?
2/12/1981.
Charge this morning is misuse of 911. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. State what you need to tell me.
Your Honor, I knew she was recently just on for retail theft. That was an arrest from 11/22. She's showing as a single source offender. I actually have that first appearance paperwork, and that came out said 12/19.
Yeah, I know about
And
that
she
one.
looks like she was ROR with condition of mental health
Yeah.
screening, so.
What happens when you let circuit judges do first appearance?
So, this time the state would ask that we...
Yeah, I know. Any history aside from what's going on here?
No, Your Honor, but there's clearly something going on now. So.
Yes, there is. All right. And Melissa, I have an address for you on Covewood Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Correct.
How long have you been there?
For a while.
Okay, for a week a while, for 10 years a while, what's a while?
And I got there 2 days ago. The day after Thanksgiving.
So 3 days a while. Something like
Yeah,
that.
it's a long time for me.
You have a job these days?
Yes.
What do you do?
I work here.
Here, where?
My
Here?
car at this jail.
You work at the jail.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
My car was outside.
All right. I'm going to appoint the public
It was
defender.
undercover.
I'm going to, in the other cases on the 19th for arraignment in front of me, right? Okay. I'm going to move this one to the 19th. I'm going to set your bond, Melissa, at $500. If you bond out, both of your cases now are coming back in front of me on the 19th of December. If you bond out and you get in any more trouble between now and then, you're going to be back in jail without bonds. So you got to behave yourself between now and the end of December, okay?
I wasn't trespassing out of my own home.
I didn't charge you with, nobody charged you with
Yeah.
trespassing.
Okay.
Okay? So 19th of December, all right?
All right. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Samantha Wilson. Morning, Miss Wilson. What's your date of birth?
April 25th, 1996.
Samantha, this is a probable cause arrest for a violation of probation. There is probable cause. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond, of course, is no bond. I will have you back in court on the 21st of December. They told you the 26th. It'll be the 21st. And the PD will come see you before then, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Sean Glover. Morning, Sean. What's your date of birth?
March 7, 1998.
Sean, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Angelitis. He found probable cause for one count of lewd or lascivious battery. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defense, please.
I'll point the PD. Mr. Church, what do you want to tell me?
Let's see. He's got possession of paraphernalia that was guilty, and there was an FDA associated with that, but never charged. He's got a pending possession of marijuana down in Pasco County. That's all for a criminal record. We're, of course, requesting a GPS order on this, given that the victim is a minor.
Okay. And Mr. Glover, I have an address for you on Clovis Lane in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
About a year now.
You have a job these days?
No, sir.
Okay. We'll leave the bond per the schedule, which is the $10,000. Condition of the bond is that you have no contact with the alleged victim described as AF. In addition, no contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message. You don't contact through any social media. Don't go where she lives. Don't go where she works. You don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine having contact, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond will be revoked and you'll be held without bond until the charge is resolved. It means no contact even if she wants the contact. So if you answer your phone and hear her voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see her, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that neither she nor her parents have the ability to drop these charges. That's a decision that only belongs to the Assistant State Attorney handling this case. So unless you hear from the judge on your case or from your attorney the charges have been dropped, you should assume that they are not dropped and you should not have contact. Also, as a condition of your bond, I'm going to order that you're subject to GPS monitoring at your expense. We'll have you back in court on this on the 26th of December. If you're able to get out, make sure that you contact the Public Defender's Office right away, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
That concludes my business, Your Honor. Maybe
Yes, Mr. Church, have a good day.
you as well.
Tam and Abby? Well, sir, what you did for?
10/24/1979.
Got two warrants today. One of them was signed by Judge McCatherine. He found probable cause for one count of violation of injunction. The other was signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for one count of violation of injunction and one count of ag stalking. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
As of right now, probably a public defender on my front. The process give me an attorney right now. How it's going to take her. So you go ahead and appoint a public defender as of right now.
Appoint the public defender. State what you tell me.
Your Honor, I'm showing these as the in-state history. Out-of-state history, there's a guilty disposition for possession of cannabis up to 35 grams, 2011. Guilty disposition for harassment, 2003. There's an assault in 2001. I'm not showing a disposition. A harassment 2002. Not showing a disposition. Possibly driving while intoxicated. Not showing a disposition 2011 as well. And that's what I'm showing for the out-of-state at this time now.
Okay. Sam, and I have an address for you in Hannibal, Missouri. Is that where you live?
Yes, I do.
All right. How long have you been in Missouri?
Most of my life.
Okay. And do you have any ties to Hernando County?
I used to know I had an ex-girlfriend back when I was a teenager down here, but that's been quite long ago. I've been down here before then, 2005, to visit my cousin's ex-wife. Other than that, I haven't been down here since then. Basically, if it wasn't for her, me meeting her, it's been 20 years I've been down here almost. Since 1999, maybe 2000, around that area. So.
Okay. All right. In the first warrant, which is Judge Torres' warrant with the violation of injunction and ag stalking, I'm going to set the bond at $5,000 on each count with the condition that you have no contact with the alleged victim. That one's coming back on the 26th of December. And the second warrant, Judge McCatherine's warrant, I'm going to also set the bond at $5,000, so your total is $15,000. That one also is no contact with the alleged victim, and that one's coming back on the 21st of December. If you get out, contact the public defender right away, okay?
Thank you, appreciate it.
Albert Casiello? Morning, Albert. What's your date of birth?
7/14/89.
Albert, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond, of course, is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to send you back to see Judge Toner on the 21st of December. They told you the 26th. It'll be the 21st. PD will come see you before that, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Derek Clark? Derek, what's your date of birth?
02/1990.
Derek, there's two charges this morning: possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State what you can tell me.
Your Honor, it appears that he's currently serving 3 years drug offender probation out of Citrus County. On 2018 CF 785, he was sentenced on September 5th, of this year, and that was for felony DUI third offense within 10 years, resisting law enforcement, driving while license suspended third or subsequent offense. There's also a guilty disposition in 2018 for criminal mischief, 2 counts out of Pasco County, guilty disposition 2018, another criminal mischief, and a probation violation out of Pasco County. Guilty disposition also 2018, disorderly conduct out of Pasco, failure to appear on Pasco 2017, guilty disposition 2017 DUI, and driving while license suspended second offense. Charge of 3, so I believe that's Pasco. Guilty disposition, also 2018, driving while license suspended. I'm not sure which county, it just says Florida Highway Patrol. Guilty disposition 2018, another driving while license suspended. DUI, guilty disposition 2017, out of Pasco. Adjudication withheld 2016 for petty theft. And first offense out of Pinellas, a driving while license suspended charge and DUI charge out of Fernando 2012, not showing a disposition. Probation violation out of Volusia County in 2008. That appears to be he was on reckless driving for that one. There is some out-of-state history, but it's all kind of...
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Mr. Clark, I've been address for you now on Horizon Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you been there?
No, actually, I just moved somewhere on Fairlawn. Don't even know the address.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Yes.
What do you do?
Work at Millwork Masters.
Okay. And apparently you're on probation someplace or other. Is that correct?
Yes, Citrus County.
Okay. We'll leave the bonds for the schedule. It's just $2,000 on the meth, $500 on the paraphernalia. That's a total of $2,500. That's coming back December 26th. And of course, you need to contact your PO and let them know what happened. All right?
Is there a hold for me in Citrus County?
Not that I'm aware of today. That may be coming.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Thank you.
Christopher Clay.
Morning.
Want to start with your date of birth?
1977.
Christopher, you're here on a writ of bodily attachment. That means that a child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determined that you owe some child support. They set a cash purge for you of $260. Is that an amount of money that you can pay, Christopher?
Yes, I can. I get released December 14th.
You're serving a sentence right now?
Yes, sir, I am. 30 days on one child support, and I just got re-fingerprinted on this last night.
And so your EOS is what?
December 14th.
Okay. Well, there you go. All right. Christopher, I'll go ahead and I'll find you in contempt on this one as well, and I'll sentence you to 10 days in the county jail on this, running concurrently, so this won't change your EOS at all. So when you get out, you'll be done with these, but of course when you get out, you want to get right to the folks at Child Support Enforcement and get this cleared up so you don't wind up back in jail again, okay?
Okay.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thomas Levins. Want to sir what you did at birth?
12/21/79.
Thomas, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Toner. You found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on that, of course, is no bond. I'll send you back to see Judge Toner on the 21st of December. They told you the 26th. It'll be the 21st. And the public defender will come see you before then, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Martin Ramirez. Well, Mr. Ramirez, what's your date of birth?
Good morning, sir. 04/15/85.
All right, so you're here on a violation of probation warrant signed by Judge Rupi. She found probable cause for the VOP. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I'm actually trying to get a hold of the same lawyer that I had.
Is that a private lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think he had Scott Smith because I'm just reviewing
Yeah,
my
that's
notes
why I-
file. There was a motion filed to address the conditions of probation, so they're requesting a hearing, but that's not been set.
So, I do know that he came into the office earlier in the month, after the warrant was signed, showing that he was enrolled in the DUI school, but it's not going to be effective until January. January 11th, 12th, and the 19th.
I'm actually familiar with that motion.
Oh, okay.
Tell you what. Um, Judge Ruby has criminal court the week of the 10th of December, right?
Yeah, I believe so, Your Honor.
Yep.
That sounds right.
So, and this is the CD. I'm gonna, all right, I'm gonna leave the bond at no bond, Mr. Ramirez. I'm gonna move the date to the 12th of December. And then you and Mr. Smith can get back in front of Judge Rupi and see if you can sway her in any way, all right?
Yeah, well, I just want to say a few things. Apparently they're saying that for things they're charging me, but I got most of the things done. And yesterday when I was talking to the officer, he was telling me all the things they were saying, but I got most of it done. And then the other one is just I couldn't do it because what type of paperwork they want, so I got everything, but they didn't have the glasses.
Well,
I want you to know
and all of that is great, Martin, except that I'm disinclined to weigh in on it because Judge Rupi sentenced you. I'm familiar with the motion and the circumstances surrounding that motion, and I think she is interested in hearing it and ruling on it herself, okay?
And I don't have no bond?
No bond.
All right,
December
thanks,
12th.
sir.
Thank you.
It's still at 9.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just making sure you get that.
Nope. Nope. I just said it for
Regular?
Peter Raymond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure it'll come up. Raymond Roman. And State, I assume they want these just back on Thursday? Is that these drug court FTAs?
Oh, I don't know anything
I don't know what they
about
are.
them, Your Honor. I mean, my only note says to return the MM to Hitzemann and to return the CF to Judge Toner, so that's what my notes say. Not eligible, okay, sorry, there's a note, not eligible for VA back to regular docket. Not present, FTA, KPS was issued. That's a note from Ms. Preston.
Do you know something?
Oh,
If I may, I believe we had put in an application for Veterans Court and it was denied, and he has a pending misdemeanor as well as a felony.
Yeah, now I see that.
And I think that he missed his misdemeanor date.
Well, no, he missed upstairs because Judge Scaglione signed it, and it's a misdemeanor warrant, and it's no bond on an FTA, which everyone in this room knows is not something that I would ever do, even if aliens invaded the planet. So it wasn't me.
Okay.
And I'm going to, that one
I
I'm
think
going to
it was your
fix.
court, though, wasn't it, Judge?
What's that?
Mr. Roman, the misdemeanor is in our court, right?
Well, he's going to be now. He must have been scheduled to appear upstairs and then didn't, and then you guys rejected him for Veterans Court. I don't know, but
The confusion was, I thought he was scheduled for the 29th on Veterans Court, and it was set by Judge Turner outside of his presence. I don't even know if he got a written notice for when he should be at Veterans Court. He may have been confused as to whether it was this week, past week, or the following week. I don't know, and since he's out of it, I don't know, he's not even eligible for it, and it's back on the regular docket if this even is a good point.
well,
Your Honor, we do have court events set in both cases also.
you have what?
We have court events set on the felony
Yeah.
for 11/29 and 11/29 Scaglione, 12/3 Judge. So 11/29 was the date that I thought he was supposed to be in Veterans Court. 12/3 is the status date he has with me as Judge Turner. I don't know what court date he missed.
11/21. When did he get that?
set for 12/12.
It wouldn't make sense if you have an 11/29 Veterans Day and an 11/21. They wouldn't do that.
No, plus it must take 120 days.
Mr. Roman, you want the public defender on these?
Yes.
Okay, and Bridget, where do you show the misdemeanor? I'm sorry.
1220.
Okay. Does that make
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Raymond, best as I can, I'm going to put you back in the situation you were. So, on the misdemeanor, your bond was $2,000, so I'm going to put it $2,000. That one's coming back on the 20th of December. On the felony case, was that one's at like the 3rd, right?
December 3rd.
Well,
Monday.
1129 from Scaglione, but we don't need that anymore. Strike that, because obviously there's no point in keeping that one. On the felony, same thing. I'll appoint the public defender. It looks like your bond on the felony had been $10,000. I'll put it back at $10,000. Appoint the public defender and move it to the 3rd of December. If you're able to get out, get a hold of the PD's office as soon as you can, okay?
I have a date for Veterans Court on both those cases
Yes,
for
yes.
tomorrow, the 11/29.
Yeah, we know. But apparently,
I don't understand what happened.
I don't either, but you're not going back to Veterans Court now. I put you on the regular dockets for both. You need to get out and see the PD. If you can't get out, they're going to come see you. And one of those fine folks will get this all cleared up, okay?
All right.
Thank you. John Sanchez? Want to start what you did at birth?
42178. I don't have a job I really need to get back to. I mean, it's important that I don't miss any more days at it.
Okay, well, you're going to miss a bunch of days because this is a probable cause arrest for violation of probation. There is probable cause for the VOP. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender. I also have children at home I need to attend to.
You know what? I haven't yelled at somebody about that in a long time. But that's absolutely the worst thing you can say to me. Because if you gave a damn about your children, you wouldn't be in this boat in the first place, okay? I had kids too,
Yes, sir.
okay? I know lots of people with kids, and if we put your kids first, then you're not dealing with, possession of narcotics like methamphetamine, because, of course, your kids don't need meth, do they?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, neither do you.
Absolutely right.
Right. So, you obviously put yourself first a long time ago. So now I'm going to help you fix your problem. I'm going to hold you without bond until the 26th of December when you'll be back in front of Judge Merritt. The public defender is going to come see you before then. And I hope you'll spend all of that time contemplating what it is that you're doing for your children and coming up with a way to do better. Thank you.
Sir,
Sit down! Joshua Tino.
Shut your mouth.
Joshua, what's your date of birth?
52985.
Joshua, I got 4 charges today. I got ag assault, felony domestic battery by strangulation, tampering or harassing a witness or victim, and false imprisonment. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Can I get a public defender for now?
Sure can. I'll appoint the PD. State what you tell me.
Your Honor, it appears that in Pasco County, a case was just opened on 11/8 for carrying a concealed weapon. There's a failure to appear out of Pasco County in 2017. I'm not sure what the underlying offense was. A DUI, actually, it appears it was a DUI failure to appear. There's a DUI charge from 2016 in Pasco, no disposition. A DUI charge in 2015 in Pasco, no disposition on this history. A probation violation out of Pasco in 2014. Adjudication withheld in 2006 for possession of cocaine. And an action with no cross in 2006 for burglary of a structure. That's out at New Smyrna Beach. And I'm showing a single source offender as of the history this morning.
Okay. Joshua, I have an address on Commercial Way. That's just the address of the microtel, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long have you been staying there?
I was just there a couple of days. I have another address I can use.
Okay, what's a good address to get mail at?
8412 Elgrove Street, Spring Hill, Florida.
Okay. And how long have you been there?
This is a friend of mine's house. I stayed there for about 2 months.
Okay. You have a job? You have a job these days?
No, sir. I was seeking employment.
Okay. As to the ag assault and the felony domestic battery by strangulation, I'm going to set those at $5,000 each. As to the tampering and the false imprisonment, $2,000 each. That's a total of $14,000. Condition of those bonds is that you have no contact with Mrs. Zaneski. Did you hear me explain no contact earlier this morning?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Also going to hold you up until 4 o'clock this afternoon so that if she wanted to serve you with a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we'd know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact because in that case, not only would you get new charges, you would get new charges as well as having your bond revoked. If you have any property that's still out at the microtel, you can go back and retrieve that, but you've got to contact the sheriff's office first. They will meet you there and stand by while you get your things, and that way you won't have any inadvertent contact with Ms. Zaneski. I'll have you back in court on the 26th of December. If you're able to bond out, you should contact the public defender's office right away, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Dustin West.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning, Dustin. What's your date of birth?
August 08/24/90.
The charge this morning, Dustin, is written threats to kill or injure. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Private.
Very good. Speak.
Your Honor, this is all I'm showing this morning. I don't have any out-of-state history that I know of.
Okay. And Dustin, I have an address for you on Nemesia Loop in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
4 years.
All right. Does Miss Agostino live there too?
No, she lives with her mother.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, sir. I'm a general manager at Domino's.
All right. Dustin, I'm going to set the bond at $2,000. Condition of the bond is that you have no contact with Ms. D'Agostino. You heard me explain no contact earlier today.
Yes, sir.
And you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Also going to hold you up until 4 p.m. so if she wants to serve you with an injunction, we'll know where to find you. If you get the injunction, of course, doubly important that you not have contact. I'll have you back in court on December 26th. When you speak to your lawyer, make sure you tell him about that date, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And Christopher Wilson.
Morning, Dustin.
Mike, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Mr. Wilson has a case in front of Judge Rupi that I asked her office if it was okay if I added it to your first appearance. They approved. It's 2018 MM 2991.
Right.
That's a petty theft. He has several felony cases. He's anticipating taking a plea, and I think that was probably verified by the state attorney's office to 3 years drug offender probation on Monday.
Okay.
So his court date's not until like sometime on that week of the 13th, I think, of December. So he has 101 days in. I don't know if it's agreed to at this point that we just time serve him or...
That's absolutely fine. That was the intention. I did speak with the felony attorney. My understanding is there's going to be a probation offer, and they were fine if we just resolved to this one.
Okay.
For the
Any
credit card
restitution? Or
There is, Judge. I have an order here for $41.78. We have no objections.
Okay. Very good.
It does say Judge Rubio.
That's okay. All right, Christopher, you understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, but you're willing to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with your lawyer?
Absolutely.
Had enough time to speak to him, he's answered all your questions?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Case number 18MM2291 as to the charge of petty theft. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept that plea. I'll find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 90 days in the county jail with credit for 90 days served. There's a fine and court cost of $670. Restitution to Walmart of $41.78. I'm not going to order the coin this morning because I'm sure they're going to get it to county court, and it'll be easier if we don't do it.
Yes, sir.
So that takes care of your misdemeanor, Christopher, so you'd be good to go when you take care of your felony case, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge, for
Thank you.
adding that.
Sure.